As the world welcomes a new child's arrival, for the infant too, it's discovering a new world, a mother's gentle glance or a father's warm embrace, a light in the room or aromas in the air, are all informations that the child continues to learn through all the senses. As child grows, milestones after milestones are achieved, from crawling to sitting, then standing, from few words like ma or pa to full sentences. The journey is magical. All these skills that develop during the early years are controlled by one master key. Brain lays the foundations of development in all aspects that last throughout the life. However, brain itself is a work in progress. It receives signals from the environment as the child interacts with everything that is around. Early experiences influence the course of development in an individual's life. Early childhood years are critical as the brain grows with everything it is exposed to in the environment, which can in turn influence the direction of a person's life.
If you think about a building, we think about a good strong foundation. So similarly for the brain, that foundation is built in the first few years of life. So by the time we are talking about age 6 or so, 90% of brain development is done. So the brain development happens at a rapid pace in the first 6 years of life, especially in the first 3 years.
So, how can interaction with the environment influence the development of brain in a newborn child? The brain cells or neurons are not connected. They are like unconnected roads. Connections between neurons are important for brain to transmit information. As the child interacts with the environment, the brain stimulates and neurons become active to form series of connections or circuits through which information can flow. In the first 3 years, an unbelievable 700 neurons connections are formed every second inside a child's developing brain.
Even these simple things make a lot of difference. The love, the nurturing, the touch that the baby feels, all this kind of helps to stimulate the baby. So and this kind of stimulation really kind of helps to build the basics of the brain architecture.
Why are early years also known as windows of opportunity?
Yeah, so windows of opportunity, basically they're like specific types of learning happens at that period of time, and if we don't give that right kind of stimulation at that right time, then we lose that opportunity entirely. So and that time period can vary for different areas of the brain. So for example, when it comes to vision, the first year, the first 2 to 4 months, we see a lot of activity happening in the vision area, and this tends to peak in around 8 months or so. But when we think of language, that tends to happen kind of a little bit later, but at the age of 2 to 3, we see that there's a huge growth spurt.
Early childhood is a period where the foundation for development of language, cognitive, socio-emotional skills is laid. As the child grows, she or he begins to spend significant amount of time in early childhood education or ECE centers. Thus, the interaction environment of both home and ECE center becomes crucial in enabling development of the child.
Child does not get the right kind of environment in these early years, then the child is not going to develop to its full potential.
What kind of environment provided by ECE centers or preschools enables learning amongst children? Early childhood education is actually a very scientific system, and the curriculum here has to be in synchrony with the development status of the child at that age. Be it physical or cognitive or social or language. For instance, mathematics cannot be developed by learning big tables, but by ensuring a readiness towards mathematics through pre-mathematical skills like sequencing and patterning that are age appropriate. Similarly, before encouraging the child to begin to write, the focus must be on developing the fine motor skills of being able to hold a pencil. So the curriculum here must encompass activities to prepare the child for learning as per their developmental needs.
You can't fast track, you can't force a 2-year-old or a 3-year-old to start writing. It in fact does much more harm. So you have to go forth with the phases of development for the child, and that can only come about by a deeper understanding of the pedagogical implications of the scientific research that has been done worldwide.
Research has also shown wrong kind, bringing the academic pressures down to the preschool level can be detrimental for children. And it not provides them a good head start, it is likely to derail their development.
Are the ECE centers providing a good start?
I would say shops, I won't even call them schools, have come up which are really doing more negative harm for the children.
Merely enrolling children into popular and expensive early childcare centers is no guarantee for appropriate ECCE. The current situation calls for an urgent need for ECE centers to design a curriculum which is contextually and developmentally appropriate. Children need a suitable environment where they can learn freely and grow. The goal of early childhood education is development of the whole child. It helps to ensure opportunities for holistic learning and growth. To strengthen early childhood care and education or ECCE program, each day's schedule in school needs to be planned and should reflect a balance of free play and guided play, individuals and group activities, indoor and outdoor games, age-appropriate activities to foster all-round development. For conducting all these activities, the ECCE Center should have access to a variety of hands-on material for children to promote learning. An early childhood education program must be carefully carved considering developmental and contextual appropriateness for the child. Good quality ECCE environment is crucial in influencing and shaping the development of a child through the lifespan. A good ECE program must provide opportunities for speaking and listening, building interest and seeing meaning in reading and writing, asking questions and problem solving, socialization, child-friendly teacher. The period of early years of life is an important window of opportunity, which when missed may have a negative impact on a child's development. Childhood is a special time. It needs to be carefully nurtured and protected.